Hello. Bit of drum beating. Yes, I'm late. Let me tell you guys. Okay. You take a job. You make, play games for a living. And that then becomes like, hey, we make a game. It's not all it's cracked up to be, honestly. Meetings and meetings upon meetings and decisions and problems, and I just got called into just an impromptu meeting. That's why I was late. Very critical one that I couldn't dodge. So yeah, I haven't even been able to pay attention to my clan here. I should probably just check in with them and see what they want me to do for the siege. Right, so, sorry, I should probably just check my clan, what they need me to do. Do they need me to use anything? Let's see. Let me ask them. I think we're good. I think we're good. I think we're good. There's new in-game background music. Alright, let's have a listen. Alright then. Is it gonna blast my eardrops up? Let's find out. Audio. I don't know, it's kind of cool, right? The only thing is when I click off the screen, it stops playing the audio. It's funny, they never ever changed like the back bass music, right? You can still hear the old music. They just put an extra track on top. I never really quite understand this. Like, they could just make a whole new soundtrack. It sounds different. It's kind of nice, though. How does it mix with this? He-Man music doesn't play anymore. Still good though. Kind of cool. Anyway, it'll keep cutting out if I minimize, and I do this quite a lot, so. Yeah, have you heard, guys? If you start an account now in Raid Shadow Legends, there's actually a promo code for Void Legendary Supreme Galek. Supreme Void Legendary Galek. Actual promo code you can get as a new player. It's kind of wild. Let's do it. Let's take on the Kraken. Let's see if I can beat the Kraken, shall we? You're going to be annoying, so we're going to put you next to... Let's take out you, and let's bring in you. And let's bring out you, and let's bring in you. There we go. Let's see if we can beat the Kraken. Yeah, Supreme Gaelic is free. It's crazy. Well, that didn't go well. The polymorph thing, I still need to put I still need to put my guy in intercept. I haven't done it yet. That's fine though. Let's put you away. Oh wow. Alright. Alright. Let's just go kill you. Let's just do that. Well, his Kraken team didn't work. What about option 3? Let's see how powerful this Nice is going to be. Let's see if I'm going to get dominated by Nice, like everyone keeps telling me he's the best champion in the game, shall we? Oh no! He died. But sure, you keep telling me that Nice is the most powerful OP mythical champion in the game, and I'll keep telling you that's the truth. It's kind of annoying. Oh no. Whatever will I do? And then I'm sure I'll get everyone go, well, if you play the best Nices in the game, then you'll get... Sure, guess what? Marius just absolutely craps all over him, so... Oh, should we beat MTG Jedi? Oh, it's not. It's me, Jedi. I got baited then, didn't I? Absolute baited there then. I should joke. I do jest. The thing about Nice, he's got the same problem of Commodus. He's extremely good if you can actually enable him, because he's really frustrating. And the big Kraken players in the game absolutely can do that because they've got a great strong account, right? But for the majority of players, they will have nowhere near that. So every single Nice that I ever come across, I'm just like, I just killed it. It's not a problem, you know? Let's try get rid of you. Man, this is a tank team. Nice. So whilst I do end up being a bit funny with people, it's just because I get a lot of bad rep for my take on Nice. And I'm like, it's just because I know how to beat Nice, right? Ah, man. God damn it. Oh, cool. Will I get a turn? Yes, I will. Thank you. Don't mind if I do. Let's just finish you off. Boom. To be fair, though, if you don't have Marius, it is hard. But then I also find Marius like... I also find Marius really difficult to fight as well. So... if that makes sense, right? I find it very difficult to fight into a Marius as much as anything else. So I get it. I mean, I'm sure every... The rule of thumb is every champion is useful somewhere. I just don't think... I just think there's a tier of mythicals that it doesn't matter where you put it, it's always going to be nasty. Which is like... It's a very small list now, but there's just a tier of mythicals that if you put them in anything, there's just not much you can really do. Yeah, I mean, Marius is permaban most of the time for me as well. I'm going to fail this one because we're not going to have time to do it, but we can at least do the faction wars with a rare. Sorry, just answering a few questions. I haven't talked about it yet, but I will. I have to talk about live arena seasons first, though. Calamitous, apparently... Well, here's the thing. Do you give a damn about Hydra? Because if you don't give a damn about Hydra, you don't give a damn about Calamitous. And this is the fundamental problem I have at the moment. They kind of keep making really good Hydra champions to try and justify that Hydra's still worth doing, but because they refuse to fix Hydra, I have no interest in playing Hydra, and I have no interest in Hydra champions. Right? It's kind of like this self-fulfilling prophecy. If you won't fix the game mode, I don't care about how many champions you give me. That's going to make the game mode less painful because I've lost interest. Right? I've lost interest in trying to push Hydra because you can't. Because everything is like weird. Basically, unless they're a one-hit wonder, you can't do anything. I just have no interest in it, honestly. So until they actually revert the changes they made, or find a better way to make Hydra interesting, I have no interest. And now that Hydra Instant Battles is here, even less so. I know you still have to manual things like Trunder and stuff like that, but I have so little interest in it. And I wouldn't be shocked if I was in the majority in that statement. So... You know, like, Mad Hatter's a great champion, but I actually just don't rate him because I have no use for him outside of Hydra. So I just can't be bothered to build him for Hydra. You know? So... But, I mean, in Hydra, Calamitous damage from everything I've seen from scratch. I haven't done the numbers yet because I haven't been able to... like, I'll probably do the full update checks tomorrow. Because obviously they've reworked characters. I haven't checked the multipliers, so I haven't done the math. But from the play testing I've seen, it looks strong. It just depends if you care about Hydra. Because if you don't, you're not going to have an awful lot of use. Because he was kind of a specialist Hydra mythical anyway. So... No, what they need to do, if they want to make Hydra good, what they need to do is basically implement the way they do Clan Boss, which is, oh, you'll probably have an unofficial, there'll be an unofficial patch notes for this one for sure. What they need to do is basically do what they did for Clan Boss. When it hits 1 HP, it staggers all the damage at 1 HP, then instantly respawns the boss. Right? The argument that they had was we had to take away the multi-hitting. That's where Hydra died for me, is when anyone who did follow-up multi-hit damage couldn't count. Once they kill that, you've lost all sense of achievement because all you do is you drive people more and more towards the Trunder, which is the one-hit wonder. Okay? The one-hit wonder, which is now because you got to think of it like, you got to think about fairness, okay? When they build a champion's damage profile, right, let's take a look at, say, I don't know, let's pick a character here. Right, let's pick this dude here, right? Teox, okay? When they build his triple hit attack, they multiply the damage balance on each attack happening because there's no condition to it, okay? He's always going to hit triple. When they do conditional extra hits, they never assume that you're going to get it, which is why conditional extra hits hurt so much because they're essentially a repeat of the same damage, but the damage is balanced as if you only hit once. When you hit one enemy 3 times, they are calculating the total damage of this ability on 3 hits. So if you don't get hit 2 or 3, the damage is disappeared, okay? So why is this important? Because if you do calculate damage in 3 hits, then when you only have a single hit, which is something like, you know, let me find a single hit, like Trunder, right? When you take someone like Trunder, who only does this A2 once, right? Once plus one. So long as that first head doesn't die, you do the AoE ability. Now here's the thing, all of this damage is coded into one hit. So if I've got a pot of 100% damage, I'm distributing one of them by 3 hits and one of them by 1 hit. I would expect in a fair system that the 3 hit and the 1 hit always works. Because if I'm building my champions for 2 damage, I want the full damage source. But what they did in Hydra is they basically were saying, okay, any hits that happen after the first one after the character dies is gone. So essentially what you're saying is, overkill damage is not there. That's a fair thing to do. But they don't do it for this. So it's not like they're saying if this hits for 2 million damage and the boss's HP is 1 million, you only do 1 million damage. So no, you get 2 million. But if my other character would have done 2 million damage on 2 hits, but because I killed it in 1 hit, I only get 1 million. And that is the problem I have with the current system, is any multi-hit or ally attack character is basically punished because they can't get their full coded damage potential because of the system that they've implemented. Now, their argument was it was creating server issues. I'm like, well, just put an unkillable buff on the boss so it stays at 1 HP, and then the moment it drops to 1 HP, you have a transformation function that basically turns it back into a normal head. You've got the solution in Clan Boss. So to argue that you can't do it is stupid. But by doing that, you've basically pushed people back to Trunder because Trunder is a one-hit wonder. So what you're looking for now is the way to do the most amount of damage in Hydra is find a character that can abuse all the multipliers and hit 1 time. It's boring. It reduces all diversity. You can't use things like multi-hitters. You can't get like repeat attacks. Quintus basically died. Quintus was one of the best A1s because all 4 of his hits combined would be really strong. Now it's not worth it. It's boring. And that's my problem, right? That's my issue with the change. I don't mind all the other changes. Some of them I disagree with, but I could live with it. What I can't live with is if I've got a character that hits 3 times, if I kill it on that first hit, all of the rest of the damage doesn't count. But if I've got a character that overkills it by 100,000%, all that damage is fine. That's not a balanced game mode. That doesn't make quality and consistency. That basically says find the character that can abuse the one-hit wonder and overkill. The solution, if they needed to do it, was to basically make it so that only damage that you deal to the head counts. But then that would be even worse because then it's a math problem. If the suffering head spawns and I've got 10 million health, then I can only ever do 10 million health. So everyone's damage is basically the same. So they couldn't do that. So it's like they know they can't do that, but they technically did. So it's really bad. That's why I don't like Hydra at the moment. Is until they fundamentally understand why they broke the system, which they never will because they couldn't fundamentally understand why Trunder is broken, it will never be a good game mode anymore. Which is why they've put instant Hydra in, because they've kind of gone, we don't want to deal with this problem anymore. So here's an instant mode. You don't have to deal with it anymore. It's done. Don't worry about it. So. Well, the only reason why they killed Permataunt was because of Wixwell. And I'm sure everyone will tell me, oh, Wixwell shouldn't have been... If they just fixed Wixwell, Permataunt was never a problem. Permataunt was only a problem when you had Wixwell, because people were growing those shields and doing the abusive mechanic. If you just solved the Wixwell problem, you just don't delete all the other Permataunt teams. Again, it's this fear of fixing one, they end up breaking tons. It's not that hard. Fix the one problem, keep all the other cool stuff. Just don't... Like, Yannicka wasn't the issue. Because Yannika's been in the game for 5 years. What character came into the game that caused all the problems? Wixwell. Honestly. Exactly, Bob. I actually don't mind that they did that, because now I just, for example, now if I just want to basically get my Hydra key, I haven't decided if we're going to push. I just go into here and I go, do you know what? I'm done with Hydra this week. Instant battle, quick battle, done. Don't care. So... No, here's the thing, cool. I don't mind that they added it. My point is, by adding it, they've just given me more reasons to go, I don't care about Hydra, because until they make the game mode fun, I'm going to always instant battle. That's what I was trying to say. So. Yes, but Yannicka didn't make the shield value. Wixwell did. Right? So what I'm trying to say is Yannicka could work with every single shield character that's ever been in the game since day one. What character got added that broke shields? Wixwell. That's where it happened. So you fix the point of problems. You don't fix... You don't go like... This is the Yumiko problem as well. Double Yumiko wasn't a problem until double Yumiko came in. Because we had resets, we had Chimera, we had Renegades, we had all these other characters. The moment you had the Yumiko that could reset itself, that was the problem. And what they end up doing is they fix problem... They try to fix problem A by changing champion C, champion B, champion D, champion E, change this, change this, change this, change this, change this, change this. And this is still always the problem. Trunder's a classic example of this. Well, we changed this, we did that, we removed this to stop this. And I'm like, but you didn't fundamentally solve the problem with Trunder, which is that second hit should never multiply. Okay, that's it. Well, yeah, because you actually don't need it anymore, Big Pops. Because the reason why they don't use Yumikos is you actually don't need to reset that often anymore, because you have to wait for the death mechanic, right? You have to time it properly so she kind of outruns and gets back to her abilities. You don't need as many resets. But when you didn't have that problem, double Yumiko was the best team. So yeah, I mean, they overkilled Serpent's Will. But to be honest, I think the only reason why Serpent's Will is bad is because of all the other changes they made. Had they not done everything bad, I don't think the Serpent's Will change would have been as punishing. But I think the way that they did it with everything else was bad. Because I'll tell you why. The change they made with Serpent's Will, plus the fact that the head respawning was happening, that's why it's a problem. Because actually what you did is you made respawning more frequent, and then you made them have Serpent's Will. So you don't have any downtime, right? Our damage potential is so high that actually you were basically bringing heads back so quickly. So you're noticing. It's observational bias. You're noticing Serpent's Will more often because you're killing heads quicker. If you had the normal heads killing where it didn't respawn the heads and you could kill it for 2 turns, you could slow it down, you wouldn't notice the Serpent's Will half as much as you were noticing at the moment. Because the situation of you having 4 Serpent's Will heads would never have happened. Unless you basically killed all 4 heads and they all spawned at the same time. You would notice that far less. But because they basically did both, they made it so that when the Serpent's head came back, you got Serpent's Will 100%, and it now had a finite health pool. Well, that was always going to result, like the damage numbers we've got is that you were always going to kill the heads quicker than you could get rid of Serpent's Will. So, yeah, we're too strong. Exactly. That's the problem. It wasn't the Serpent's Will. People focus on the Serpent's Will because that's the pain. The source of the pain was what they did to the the decapitated head. That nobody asked for, I would add. Nobody told me anywhere that they wanted the heads to have a finite health pool. And it didn't solve the problem because, to my point, Trunder, still the #1 character, can still abuse the mechanic, right? You can still get all 4 heads decapitated and you can still do massive amounts of damage, and it didn't solve the problem. They just slowed it down. And I think they were trying to solve the Trunder problem. I'm like, just go in, fix the Trunder A2, problem solved. I could have fixed Trunder in a day. I literally could have fixed Trunder in a day. And it would have required 0 developers. Because I would have gone in, I would have changed her ability to be fixed, non-critical. Problem solved. And I'm sure people are like, oh, and then she'd be nerfed. Fine, okay, you can change your passive a little bit. I don't care. You fix the problem, you don't try to... It's kind of like, you know... You fix the leaky pipe, you don't try to replumb the entire house. That's the problem. So, yeah. Anyway, that's why I don't like Hydra anymore. And I've kind of given up. Where is this new fusion that we're talking about? Let's have a look. Let's find it. Lord Entertainer. Is this his name? Lord Entertainer Fabian. Let's pull him up, shall we? Oh, let me see if I can find a better image than that one. Lord Entertainer Fabian. This one, is it? There we go. There we go. Lord Entertainer Fabian. Let's put us over here. Put me over here. Brill. Right, let's have a look. Let's see what this guy's got going on for him. I've had a brief look at him. Exactly, Ray. You've got it right. The Trunder. I would say. I mean, they were equally as bad, but Trunder probably. I'll be honest, I don't really know why. Like, maybe someone can explain this to me. So, the whole thing about the anniversary is like the High Elves are celebrating an anniversary. Why is there an undead dude? Hey, look, you can see the cat in the background. There she is. Look, cat cam. Cat, what are you doing? Cat cam. There she is. So, I don't really know. Anyway, what do we got? Attack one enemy. Each hit steals 10% of the target's turn meter. It's a 40% turn meter fill. That's not bad. Places True Fear for 2 turns if the target's fully depleted. So that'll never happen. Place Petrification. That's a terrible debuff. 75% chance of True Fear on all enemies who are not... Okay, so it's kind of lame. Activates this skill whenever an enemy under fear or true fear debuff successfully uses the skill. Well, he's already dead, so that doesn't really matter. Attack all enemies. Before attacking, has a 75% chance of decreasing the duration of all enemy buffs by 3 turns. So it's basically a buff strip. That's kind of like what Timid the Fool does. All right. 3-turn lockout. Alright. Grant an extra turn if there are no buffs on the enemy team. That's not going to happen because Stone Skin. Whenever an enemy is revived, place True Fear on the enemy for 2 turns. Alright, well, you'll get polymorphed. Removes Stun, Freeze, Sleep, True Fear, Petrification from this champion before the start of the turn. Okay. Before I do my judgment, let's see what people think. So what people think. So we got basically a lockout with a buff removal, a True Fear dude with petrification, and turn meter steal on the A1. Can I turn off the green screen? There is no green screen. Oh. Oh yeah, you're right. The hell? The hell's going on there? Huh. I wonder what you were on about with the green screen. I was like, I don't even know why there's a green screen on. There you go. I can see it properly now. Sorry about that. Professional streamer, I am not. See, I'm out of practice. I'm curious to see what people think of him. I really am. Yeah, now he's blue. Sorry about that. Yeah, like I said, I don't really know why we did a whole high elf theme and then made an undead dude. that's a bit bizarre to me. I'd have made a high elf, right? If I'm doing a high elf theme, I'd have made a high elf. You complete the mechanic if you're wondering what masteries to put on it. You're using 9-piece protection. So definitely go down the support tree for Laura Steele. I have her in Eagle Eye because I use her A3 a lot on the alternate form. You can build it for damage. That's fine. I've gone defense support, basically. The free gift we got was quite good, though. Appreciate that. Take that. All right, let's see what the poll is then. 130 people. So we've got 47% say he's awesome, 31% say he's kind of meh, and 20% you say you're going to get to use him. So basically 67% of you are going for him. Okay. So I'm going to go for him, but I'll tell you why I think he's actually kind of bad. I think he's kind of trash. And I'll tell you why. Petrification is actually a really bad debuff. And we learned this with Skeletor. Because if you have block debuffs, it doesn't work. If you have Stone Skin, it doesn't work. And even if it does work, it reduces the damage you deal to the target. So you're actually helping the target more often more than you're not. So petrification in itself is kind of bad. It's not very useful. And we learned this with Skeletor, right? There was not really many opportunities that could make Skeletor work. So even though petrification is not that widespread and it's kind of unique on a fusion, I don't think it adds any problems. So that's problem one that I have. The second problem is you don't get true AoE fear because it's on all other enemies. And there's tons of AoE true fear champions out there. This second activation is kind of nice in the sense that you can, you know, you can activate it and it will basically put them under true fear after they use a skill. The reason why I was saying not so good is because if someone gets a turn, you're probably lost anyway. And this isn't going to bypass block debuffs. So if Galathea gets a turn, he's going to block debuffs. If Siphi gets a turn, she's going to block debuffs. If Elva gets a turn, she's going to block debuffs, right? So this doesn't work if they have block debuffs. So it's kind of useless. So this A2 overall, pretty invaluable. The A1 turn meter still is quite good. No, like if you just need someone that can do it's like an upgraded Armiger, right? Because it steals a bit of turn meter. So it's like effectively a 20% because you steal 10 and gain 10. So you drop 10, gain 10. So it's effectively a 40% swing. They lose 20%, you gain 20%. That's quite good. True fear, if you deplete turn meter, is so narrow, you're not likely to get that in many places. Third problem. There is no alternative to true fear on this character. So if there is no content, if there's a boss content, what is he going to do? Steal turn meter, place petrification, the boss is immune, and none of his other stuff. So literally, there's no use for him in PvE bosses. It's the Fortis problem. Like, if I can't place fear and I can't, like, what am I going to do? Attack, basically Armiger. For PvE content, he's basically Armiger. He does nothing better than what Armiger does. Minus his A3. Because none of this is going to work. He's going to attack one enemy and attack one enemy 2 times and drop some turn meter. Okay. No, Armand's is not in the same boat. Because he fully steals the turn meter. It's a bit different. Right? Armand's fully steals the turn meter. It's a bit different. But he is true, to your point, he's not that good on bosses. But then the difference is he's so powerful in arena that it's different, right? Don't compare him with Armand's, because Armand's is so strong in one area that it doesn't really matter. What I'm saying is, in order for him to be useless in PvE, he's got to be extremely good in PvP. That's different. This guy is kind of not good in anywhere, right? Now, the only good thing going for him is his A3. But I'll be honest, Lockout has lost a lot of value. And the reason why I say this is there's a lot more mythicals in the game now. There's a lot more champions that can do A1 cooldown reduction like Ancora. There's a lot more champions that have ways to reduce their own cooldown. And I'll tell you one thing I don't like, and they do this a lot, okay? They do this a lot. They did this last year with Wixwell, okay? They did this last year with Wixwell. They released Wixwell, who has an A1 100% chance book when you provoke. And then what was the next fusion they gave? Where is it? A provoke that only has a 50% chance, which turns to 75%. So back to back, they basically gave kind of the same champion. And I feel like they've done the same thing here. We just got Alice, who does 2-turn cooldown reduction and resets her abilities. So a lot of players are going to be looking at this going, well, what am I really getting for my investment? Because I've already got Alice, right? Where is Alice here? Where is she? She's here, right? I'm going to get this. It's going to lock him out by 2 turns already. It's also going to give me, turn me this back, right? And it's going to reset the ability. And I'm going to do lots of damage. Great. And I get extra hits. It works on bosses. Cool. So I already have a lockout, which is always actually on a less... It's actually on a 3-turn cooldown. Okay? So it's a 2 lockout and a 3-turn cooldown. This guy is a 4-turn cooldown, 3-turn lockout. I don't know. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say is I feel like this loses value because you just gave me a lockout. And I don't know why they do this. I feel like if you're going to do this type of champion, it has to be like separate. You need to separate the pool. Because any new player coming to this looking at this guy is going, well, he's kind of doing not much that I need. And I've already got the lockout, so why do I need him? Yeah, but you got to remember, most of Arena is Stone Skin. There's a 50-50 check. He only attacks 1 time. So most of the time this isn't going to work. Because you're not going to get this extra turn. That's what I'm saying. This extra turn you're going to find in 70% of situations is never going to work because of Stone Skin. Because Stone Skin is 50-50. Every character right now has got Stone Skin. I'm seeing it in Gold 1 Live Arena, Gold 2. I'm seeing it in Gold 3 Live Arena. I'm seeing it in Gold 1 Tag Team Arena. Stone Skin is everywhere. So this is a 50% chance. Now, if this bypassed Stone Skin, I'd be like, great. Now it doesn't really matter that he doesn't work in PvE because I'm like, this guy is a great counter. Like Armand's. Armand's goes through Stone Skin. You can't stop him. That's why he's so good. My problem here is, if this doesn't give you the extra turn, what are you getting? I'm getting a lockout, which doesn't stop mythicals and doesn't stop enemy reset. I don't get increased accuracy because that's what a lot of people forget about Timid. Right? What people forget about Timid is he puts increased accuracy on first. This guy doesn't do that. Right? So, what are you actually going to do with this guy? Not much. I think he's average. I get the argument that some people have, like 3-turn lockout on a fusion is super rare. But I mean, Yumako's lockout is not good enough. The reason why Warlord is so powerful is you don't just get the lockout, you get the turn meter drop. Which means you're getting an extra turn on top of that lockout. And it's a full lockout. How would I change him? Honestly, I would get rid of the True Fear completely out of his kit because True Fear is a terrible debuff. True Fear is a terrible debuff because you never know if it's going to work. So therefore you can never trust it, so therefore you never bring it. Otherwise we would see loads of True Fear in Arena. We don't. Why? Because it doesn't work. And a lot of the bosses don't work on it. So I would just get rid of the True Fear. Petrification needs an update to basically strip all the buffs. That would be worked. Now, if they could make some combo where petrification was a counter to stone skin, great. But petrification in its own can just be blocked by a simple block debuffs, which is everywhere. You know, every support has some sort of block debuffs or cleanse. Yeah, and that's the other problem. Spoz has highlighted this. Like, which spot is he going to take in an arena team? Because he's not a PvE champion, he's an arena team. So whose spot is he going to take? Because he ain't going to take Armanz's spot. He isn't going to take your damage dealer spot. He's not going to take your speed lead spot because he only does 19%. He might in siege, but in normal he's not. And he isn't going to take a reviver spot. So he's kind of like this limbo. So, I don't know. I don't think he's like super, super bad that I would never get him. I just think when I look at his skill set, he's extremely difficult to get a lot of value out of. You're basically hoping this lockout is going to save you. And for my level of an account, at least, I find lockout to be very, very limited. Like, I don't miss not having a Warlord or Yumiko like I used to 3 years ago. No, I think he's a bad progression champion as well. I don't think he's a very good progression champion. Because his cooldowns without books is long. 5 and 4 turns without books is a lot on a 1-turn fair. So you got to realize. I mean, this is a true 2-turn fair that's better, actually. It's okay. But, you know, a 4 and a 2, you gotta commit legendary books to this. He's not going to go in your clan boss team, so he's not great for clan boss. So you'd never really want to book any champion until you've got your clan boss team sorted. And he can help you with wave clear, but you want to bring someone like a Hoscarol or something like that. That's a much better champion. He's going to give you guaranteed stuns, where this guy's going to basically give you a 50-50 chance the enemy will go. The lockout is useful, but you've just got Alice, and Alice one-shots the waves, so I'd rather Alice over him. And Alice is doing his job, so I don't really see where you'd use him. Honestly. So, it's not that I'm trying to say that he's super, super bad. I just don't know where you would use him. Mithrala's petrification cannot be blocked by stone skin. Well, you need Hex to make that work, though, Akash. Right? So this petrification requires Hex. So if you haven't put Hex out, you can't petrify. So it does block it, because if stone skin's out, you can't put petrification, so it doesn't work. If you've got Crixia, you don't need him. Like, Lazarius is a better lockout. Crixia is a better lockout, because they come with more things, so. What do I think about the Mythic Relic, the Death Dealer? I haven't seen a lot of these. I don't know what information is out there, because I've been in my little bubble. Let me have a look. I can't believe there's so many more relics again. The Death Dealer. Weaver's attacks will always be critical hits, but the Weaver deals 200% more damage. No, it'll be bad. What will it do? 20, 40, 1600. I don't really think we need always critical hit. I mean, for something to be always a critical hit, you've got to think about the budget that you're getting back, right? So basically, I'd already get 15% plus 5%. So I'm gaining 80% crit rate back. But substats are going to be invested somewhere where I'm not really investing it. So let's just assume I've got like a couple of crit rate substats, like 2 at like 6%. So realistically, I'm going 20, 36%, something like, you know, something like 32%. So effectively, I'm saving myself 68%. And if I distribute that over like an average roll of like 6, that would be what? 11 substat rolls. So if I apply that to the same thing, so I can basically get myself 66% more critical damage. So essentially, I've got to equate the value of 66% more crit damage versus always just critically hitting versus something like Cat's Gaze. I'll be honest, I would take the Cat's Gaze. Because ignore defense is going to be more valuable to me than than anything else, you know? So I do not think it's very good. Right, I do not think it's very good. I do think, whereas single target attacks deal 5% more damage for each exposed head net, like, yeah, that's going to be strong. But again, not Thunder strong because it's AoE. But, yeah, I'm looking at these relics. There's nothing that I'm really seeing as crazy. I mean, the Infernal Prototype is nuts. Fully resets the cooldown of the wearer's skills when their HP drops below 15%. Can you imagine that with Galathir kind of thing? That's strong. But I don't know. I originally, when I saw it, I thought it was really strong. I don't think it's that strong that I've thought about the math. Because that's essentially what you're working out is you're making an assumption about how much stat gain am I going to gain as a result of not needing crit rate. But there's so many sources. You got to think, right? If you take a fully powered champion now, you can get a +4 epic with a 6-star soul and all these different things. Like crit rate, you kind of get a lot of crit rate without needing gear these days. Right, you don't need an awful lot of gear. Honestly, the one that's probably more powerful is this, the Moon Death Orchid. Whereas attacks deal pure damage equal to 20% of their attack to wearers who resist debuffs, this attack can't be critical. It doesn't say it can't be multiplied, it just can't be critical. You can probably multiply that damage source. The thing about champions, like, let me show you this. Let's just take, I don't know, Fenax as an example, okay? Fenax +6. How much crit rate is he actually getting? So I've got 5% from masteries, 5% from empowerment, 15% base. He's already at 25%. I haven't even put a piece of gear on him yet. It gets stronger when you have a +4 legendary. Right? If you get a +4 legendary here, it gets even stronger. Because you can get yourself, you know, what is it? Legendaries and mythicals, like 15%, is it? Or 10%? So you get 10% plus the mastery. Like, I'm at 30% already. So I'm not saving as much as you would think. So. Well, it doesn't say you can't weak hit. It just says you will always critically hit. It depends if they enable glancing. I'd need to check the code. There's basically a check on the code that says, is it glancing? Which means, is it going to weak hit? So it could still weak hit even if it doesn't critically hit. Right? It could still do that. So. No, it won't. It shouldn't do. Because it should basically not break the rules of the skills. If it breaks the rules of the skills, then it's a problem. Are these even in here? I don't even think they've put them in, have they? Oh, they have. Oh, look, I was looking at this. They're in. Oh, there you go. So you get 100% more damage. You receive 100% more damage for... So here's your trade. First things first, you lose damage because you've got these pentagonals, and I don't think the pentagonals give you any damage. This is not useful. It doesn't give you damage. Look. None of this is helpful. None of this is helpful. It's useful, but not helpful. I mean, that's kind of cool for Marius. This wears a chance to prevent their skills being placed on cooldown during an extra turn. That's kind of cool. I mean, these are utility. So the problem is if you take this relic, you immediately lose 2 circular. So I've lost 20% damage to begin with. Because I've lost Boss Killer, or I've lost Dungeon Diver, or I've lost a couple of others, right? Not that good. These are great, triangular. This is kind of crazy for a support. This is the best one, though. I think this one... Maybe this one. Don't know. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10. What, so 15% turn meter when you don't deal damage? Nah, it's a bit average. They're not that crazy, honestly. Nothing beats this right now. This and this for damage is the best damaging source. This is also the best damaging source. One of this, or this is by far the best damage. I don't even think these are that good, honestly. They sound strong, but they're actually not that strong. So I don't really see this as a big push. This is not going to motivate players to push live arena seasons because live arena seasons is trash. Right? Live arena seasons, what they've done with those is terrible. It lacks imagination. The new variable set, where do I see that? Is it in here? No, where do I find the new variable set? Probably not Kenshin. I do need to add relics to the optimizer though. That's gonna be fun. I have to do a big update for the website based on all this. Yeah, but I can't see like where the rewards are. It doesn't tell me. Unless it's gonna tell me in the info. I can't believe I win 9 now. That's really bad. I'm going to be in gold 4 before I can even blink. This just lacks imagination. It really does. It's such a missed opportunity. I'm going to do a full video on this particularly, so I'm not going to talk about it too much on stream, but I'm just so disappointed. I mean, if this is how long, like, is this the total amount of time it takes to come up with an imaginative new game mode? A reward track. They've literally taken Classic Arena Reset and put a reward track on it and called it a season. Is that it? Like, is that it? What a terrible implementation. What an absolute terrible implementation. I'm so disappointed. It could have been so much more. It could have been so much more. It could have been like, you know, this season we have new restrictions. This season there's new rotations. This season's you can't use certain legendaries. This season we've made turn meter reduction bad. This season it could have been so much more. It's not. It's basically Classic Arena Reset with a reward track. I've been grumpy about this since I saw it. I was so excited for live arena seasons because I was like, right, this is what we've been waiting for, right? Everyone was like, we want variation. We want the thing to feel different. We don't want to just fight our mans every fight or Marius every fight. They've done nothing. They've literally just put a reward track in. So it's going to be, all we get now is this, but with a different rating. Yay. Honestly, I don't know why I should be so surprised, to be honest. Because if they, the main concern I have is if they think this is going to keep the live arena interest going, it's not. It's really not. Players are already frustrated. They want diversity. They want change. So, with the new Hydra relic, consider Thor's A2-1 or AoE. It will consider it single target, Matthew, so it will boost the damage. Correct. It's actually quite a powerful relic for Thor now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, the single target one would boost that. Would boost it because all of his attacks are single target, Matthew. Yes. What am I going to ban? Oh, I haven't fought a Queen of Hearts. Oh, this should be fun. I haven't actually fought many Queen of Hearts. I've fought a lot of Odins. I've never fought many Queen of Hearts. This should be quite fun. I'll be honest, I've had no time to play the free-to-play. I've been super, super busy. Hey, Bronco. Yeah, we were just talking about it. I just feel like there's so many opportunities that they've just missed. And I'll be honest, I'll be honest, I don't think we have capacity right now for 2 variable sets. I kind of need to get rid of the stone skins. Okay, well, we got rid of 1, but I ain't gonna do it. I should give... Alright, that's fine. There's a lot of protected buffs. I'll try and take that off. Yeah, I'm gonna lose this one. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna lose this one. Yeah. I haven't fought many Queen of Hearts. So... You mean the background battles that does nothing, right? I'll be honest, I will probably never use a background battle because I don't see the value in it. What am I gaining? I can't do anything when the background battles are on, apart from look at my gear. A lot of value in a lot of these AFK background battles is when you do when you basically can minimize the game, right? If I can minimize the game, close it, come back an hour later and my dungeon runs are done, background battles are great. But if I have to have the game open and I'm just not watching the fight, I might as well just watch the fight, right? What have I actually saved? Because I can't change anything. I can't do much. I don't really know what this system is meant to do. Like, where is it meant to save me time? Oh, it gave me Armands. That's first. Because right now I don't really know where... It's the first phase. Okay. Cintranos was the first phase. Hydra was meant to have a roadmap. Live Arena was meant to be the first phase. Siege is meant to have different maps. It's been 4 months? So, if we're going to go with it's meant to be the first phase, we're going to be here a while. That's all I'm saying. You can dungeon dive while gear cleansing. I mean, I don't think you can sell gear, can you? I didn't think you could sell gear. I'm going to get absolutely destroyed by this Wukong. He's going to one-shot my team. Crud. Might get lucky. You can buy shards. Yeah, you could. This Wukong is going to ruin me. It's nothing I can do. I knew I was going to lose access to Wukong Stone Skin. Stone Skin is just so dominant, to be honest. I need to move myself forward into an arena build because HP burn is the answer at the moment. So. Some people do it. You'll find that a lot of content creators don't do arena content because not many players like arena. Right? You will find a lot of content creators will realize that not a lot of people like watching arena content videos, which is why you probably find not many people do them. So... Royal Digit is actually good when you max 40% damage negation. I gotta remember which one that is. I haven't looked at it. It is ironic though, Akash, that often the rare and epic relics are much more powerful than the mythical ones. Like, I don't really think the mythical relics generally are more powerful than, say, Cat's Gaze or Wand or Erethi's Comet. I'll probably lose this one because I won't go first, but you never know. Yeah, but to Bronco's point, like, the viewership is not there. Right? Players play Raid Shadow Legends not because of the arena, but because they like collecting champions, building champions, and beating content. They don't like playing arena. And it's a very specialist audience. There'll be players that really, really like it, but the majority of players don't like it. I'm not going to be able to lock out here. Yeah. Try to cause some problems. Also, if they're not going to create situations to change the arena meta, you're not going to get people interested in playing the arena meta. And that's kind of the problem they've got. We've got this like Armand's Marius meta, so until people fix that Armand's meta, we're not going to win. We're not going to play it. They're not going to enjoy it. Oh man, I'm just going to lose this. I'm losing because I should be picking a revive instead of Armand's. This is an example of what I was saying about the fusion, where does he fit in? Right? Because I'm losing this fight because I don't have a reviver, because I took 2 supports that weren't revives. I might still win because Carnage is really strong, as long as I can cut in and stop this revive cycle that's going to happen right now. I would not have done that if I was him. I'd have revived the reviver, but you never know. He might still be okay, actually, because he'll kill the Carnage. Yeah. See, so I'm taking 2 supports that are not a revive. That's why I'm losing. If I take 2 supports that actually one revives, I have a better chance. So where does Fabian go? Does he take Lamassu's spot? I would argue not, because Lamassu is a better champion for Arena. Or does he take Armand's spot? Definitely not, right? Because Armand's is way more powerful. Oh, these are the bots that people were talking about. They've given bots in Gold Arena now. So you get a bot. I can basically pick whatever I want now. Stupid. So... worked once, I have a few good Slayer pieces. So good. He's much better in Slayer, but he's absolutely powerful in Lethal or Savage as well, Almighty Dobie. Don't sacrifice stats for the Slayer set, but 4-piece Slayer if you can get it. If you can do like a 4-piece Slayer, 4-piece Lethal, or a 4-piece Slayer, 4-piece Savage, that's probably worth doing, because if you're going to use him in Hydra, you get a lot of turn meter, which helps. So... I lost that fight because I didn't go first. I didn't lose that fight because I didn't think. And also he had Stone Skin. Like, you got to understand why you lose the fight. You don't lose the fight because you get locked out. You lost the fight because you didn't go first. That's the difference. Had I gone first, I would have won. The lockout wasn't the critical part. Going first was. Like here now, for example, I need to pick a support. That's what I'm not doing. I wasn't picking Noelle. I really need to tag Noelle as my arena champ. It's kind of annoying. I keep forgetting to do this. I have to keep searching for her. They're going to try and basically build a bomb team. Right? He's trying to build a bomb team. Weaken. Oh, it's a bot, actually. The bot's trying to build a bomb team, I should say. Weaken. Gaius. Double thing. It's actually a strong bot, mind. But, like, what the hell is this build? It's quite funny. Who would you say is better, Lamassu or Fidey? Depends on the context, Pico. Fidey is very good in Hydra. And he's okay in Chimera. But it depends. In a specific team, Lamassu's better. Can't believe they put bots in gold. They've literally decided they want everyone in gold 4. So instead of... This is like classic Plarium. Instead of trying to figure out why people are not enjoying Live Arena... They're just trying to force you to play Live Arena. They do this all the time. Oh, you don't like Tag Team Arena? Hey, now you need to do Tag Team Arena for your CVC. Oh, hey, you didn't like doing Live Arena. Well, now we've basically made it so you have to do a daily quest. And you also get them from different content areas. Oh, you're still not liking it? Now you're going to all be put into Gold 4 to try and force that population. They just fixed the game. Got rid of polymorph in the way that it's currently done and made the meta more interesting. Maybe if you did Live Arena seasons with actual rotation, You wouldn't have to keep artificially forcing a player to play it. Just saying. Just putting it out there. Putting it on the table that Krakens want to play properly. They just don't want to play against the same team over and over and over again. So, yeah. Oh yeah, I will after this match, Akash. Yeah, I just fought a bot, Samrock. I literally just fought it. You lose, they've basically done the same rule that they had in Silver. If you lose 3 times, you get a bot. It's a pity bot. I need double cleanse here. So I need like Elva, and I need probably that. Yeah, I mean, what you get with Lamassu is it depends on... so with Lamassu, you get the reset. Okay, it's really important. The reset is what makes Lamassu really, really powerful with a passive, because it means that you can pretty much counter any lockout and you can pretty much counter any stone skin kind of situation. This is, by the way, why I'm saying that the A3 is not good, because I've got to roll 50-50 3 times for me to get an extra turn. I'm probably not going to roll 50-50 3 times to get an extra turn. Like, I'll try to roll it now. Let's see if I roll 50-50. I rolled it once. Yeah, and this is the fundamental issue you're going to have with Fabian. His A3 needs to roll that 50-50 3 times. It's not going to happen. Of course he got all the 50-50. Of course he did. Thanks for that. Love this game. Sometimes. Really makes my experience great. Honestly. Cannot believe he just rolled everything perfectly. Wow. Do you know how many victory medals you earn after winning a live versus in season match? No, I don't know. They haven't done it yet. It'll probably be more or less, but anyone who plays live arena that seriously probably doesn't really care, because you probably got your area bonuses kind of maxed. So I forgot again. I know. What will they do? They'll basically find another metric within the game that requires you to play the game mode. That's what you've got to understand, right? You have to do Hydra because you need Stone Skin for Arena. You have to do Classic Arena because you need to do your Great Hall. You have to do Live Arena because you need the area bonuses. You have to do Cintranas because it gives you Merciless Gear, which is the best set in the game, right? They're trying to, instead of creating interesting compulsion loops within the game mode, they're trying to force you to play the game mode by forcing the daily activities. And it's not to say that the game modes are bad. Like, Siege is actually quite good. If they just actually gave us proper communication tools within a clan, Siege is really, really fun. The problem we have at the moment is... I can't do him. I gotta be careful with turn meter here. Let's bring Noel for now. Like, to some extent, Live Arena is also really, really good. The problem is they don't shake the meta up. So they don't do egregious seasons, and I think it's really important to do this. Right? They should be putting some champions on a timeout. Okay? They should be doing things like, oh hey, this season, if you try to turn someone into a sheep, you will sheep yourself. So for a period of time, like a month, Polymorph is on timeout. I saw this in Starborn Frontiers. They did it really, really well. Starborn Frontiers are literally in their season for the arena when if you heal, you take damage. So you're instantly like, oh god, I can't heal right now. It forces the change of meta, but doesn't make your champions useless, because in the next rotation, they might come back good, you know? That's the issue, is they don't change the meta hard enough. They just release more champions. And eventually it evolves until they do one big champion like Armand's. But it's at a pace where people get bored and it stagnates. Man, this is kind of an annoying team. Just gonna I'm gonna take the Narcissus out. See if I can beat the pony. Might be able to beat the pony. As long as I don't transform. Yeah, exactly. And League of Legends do this a lot, right? League of Legends, if they feel like everyone is picking one Slayer, one AD carry, they'll go in and they'll just punish that AD carry for a bit. But they'll bring it back. Right? And I think that's the problem that Raid has got at the moment, is they don't actually manipulate. They don't do enough manipulation of their They don't do enough manipulation of the champions. There's so many champions you could pick, so it's really good for Raid right now. Raid should be able to do everything because they have so many champions. They just don't do it, which is a disappointment. So thanks for the counterattack, mate. Appreciate it. Tell you what, I'll freeze you up now. Yeah, but I actually don't think that's always a good idea, right? I'm a strong believer if the game mode is fun, then you don't need to force the experience. You want to incentivize it for sure. But I don't think you always have to go, oh, well, if we don't make them get all their energy from it, they'll never play the game mode. I just think in this particular case, they've, you know. No, I'm saying just in the season, Bronco. I'm saying the seasonal mode should have been its own mode, right? So I have my standard ladder. If I want to try and experiment with different characters, I can go into the standard ladder. I'm saying seasonal mode should have been its own mode. When I go into seasons, I have a different mode. It's got restrictions, it's got different rule sets, it's got different mechanics, only in season. And then that changes from season to season to season. So if I want to engage in the season, I can. But if I don't want to engage in the season, I still have the same game mode that I've always had. I still have the same things. By forcing all the season, it's not really a season, it's a reward track. That's barely a season. It's not that good, though. It's a 40% chance to reduce 10% damage. That's kind of weak. It's not even a 100% chance to reduce 10% damage. It's 40% chance to get the worst version of a strength that I could ever get. 50%. Yeah, I can't do math. It's been late. 50% chance to decrease incoming damage by 10% is weak. It's essentially on average a 5% damage reduction. No, I know what you mean. Yeah, I can see where you've read it. You thought it was like 40% damage reduction. Then it's strong. I agree. It's kind of weak. It's a shame. This one could be quite good. But it's a bit of a weird relic. Like, it's only going to give you what? 2, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8%? 8% is a weird number. I don't know why it's 8%. It's a weird number. Oh, it's 8% per debuff. That's why it's a weird number. Okay. That's actually really strong. Hey, Henry. Yeah, so Bronco, what I was saying is the game mode should be like this. I go into seasons, I go, hey, a new season has just started. Do you want to play seasonal mode? Yes, I do. I'm going to use my 5 seasonal tokens today. I'm going to fight 5 times. Great. Let's go in and fight for this system. It's on a different ladder. It's on a different pool, different reward track, different everything. But that season has restrictions. That season has rotational restrictions. So it'll do something like, hey, if you bring turn meter control, great, you're going to get punished. So you will lose the equal amount of turn meter you drop, like your team. Or maybe you could have some mechanic where it's like, if you try to steal someone's turn meter, the enemy will counterattack you every single time. Or maybe you can have something like damage bonuses on, I don't know, champions under a certain effect do different things. They've already got some sort of system there because they have it in siege mode. If they expanded that into live arena, and maybe they literally went punitive, where it was like, if you get put into polymorph, the sheep will do 10,000 more damage. Crazy headbutt sheep. So then you're like, oh, I better not use sheep this time. Now, the only thing they've got to be careful about is changing blessings is too expensive. And this is the other thing that Raid have got a problem with, is it's too expensive to build champions. So when I did my video on what they should do in live arena, a lot of it was based around you need to balance the silver economy to make this fun. If it was more fun to build different champions in different ways, then seasons in live arena could be really, really fun generally. But because it's so expensive to build a champion, effectively you feel like I can't change the blessing because it's going to cost me 300 gems. I can't rebuild my champion because it's going to cost me 1,000,000 silver. So all of the fun goes out the window. And therefore, those kind of ideas that I had instantly gets to a, yeah, but what about my economy? And I'm like, you raise a good point. So they need to fix the economy first. But they don't want to do that. So, you know, yeah, call it ram season, exactly. You know, literally take the ram from Chimera and put it on polymorph. So when you attack people under sheep, it reflects damage back to you. That'll quickly change the meta. You know, I just think there could have been so much more evolution to our arena experience that doesn't require a heck of a lot of work. But it's literally, we run the ladder again, reset it every month, and just give you a reward track. It's just a chore, right? Their implementation of live arena is a chore. Because the experience doesn't change. Who do I want to build here? I need someone that ignores block damage to begin with. I'm gonna bring a goodie. I've not brought this guy out in a while. I'm gonna bring him out. He's not built at all for it, but it could be fun. Let's just. I mean, have to take him out of the picture. Hope for the best. So. What would you do about the soul system? I would at minimum double the rewards from Iron Twins and increase the wish list chance. I think the soul system is good because you get a lot of souls now. I need to make sure reasonably tanky. That's why. It's fine. Do you see what I mean there? I just hit 3 turn meter buff reductions in one go, right? And I only got 1 proc. So I fired it 3 times, I got 1 success. That's the problem with Fabian. That's the problem that Fabian's going to have. Oh man, I'm climbing so quickly now. I'm gaining 9 points. Oh man, this is a problem. I'm going to be in gold 4 in like a day. Why do they do this? Oh. We're going to climb so rapidly because now every 3 wins, every 3 losses, I get a guaranteed win. So they've neutralized you. Okay? They've clever. What they've done is they've said, okay, if you lose 3 in a row, you lose 9 points. And then you'll win 1 and you go straight back up. So what they've actually done is they've made it now that you can never decay. Ever. It's physically impossible for you to ever go down unless you force quit. It's physically impossible for you to go down. You're trying to stream snipe me. But like... it's almost like... I can't explain it. It's like you've got 12 people shouting at them going, this is why it doesn't work. And they've kind of like put them in a sound booth room and they went... Everyone loves live arena. Let's make it easier for them to play. I'm like, no. That's not the problem. Why? Because you have to do a daily quest every single day, Crizzle. That's what I'm trying to say. We're adding them at cash. We are adding them. We're trying to work out the best way to deliver it. Right now, we're going to be probably doing some tier listing, and we're going to have some systems that basically shows the best ones. But then it's just trying to figure out how to do the right comparison. How detailed do we want to go? So... yeah, because the thing is, unless the matchmaking is going to be significantly improved in Gold 4, once you're in Gold 4, you can get everyone. I don't know. Exactly, Martus. That's what I'm saying. It's like, they're basically, I think what they've realized is the player population in Gold 4 is diminished. So they're like, oh, we just need to build the population. So they're going to push everyone up more aggressively to Gold 4 to try and get them up there now. I don't know. Potentially Seastein, yeah. It's just about how modular we go. I'm of a big opinion that gemstones value more than relics, but a couple of the HH Gaming guys think that relics are more valuable than gemstones, so it's a bit of a meeting of the minds. I've got to be careful here. Damn. Well, I got rid of some, but it's not going to help. This depends if my Lamasu can still take a turn. I think she can. Yeah, nice. Let's just cleanse that. Ah, she's going to do a block debuff. Ah. Oh, well, I can basically just remove it again. I'm going to lose probably because monkey. Cat's gaze monkey, really? Man, if I just had access to the game code for this game, I could fix this game so much. It depends, Mattis. Generally, you get a lot of the really good relics. The mythical ones are harder to get, but I prioritize getting the relics, the gemstones over the relics, sorry. The gemstones, to me, the way the value is. It's my mistake because I didn't get control of the fight. Like, my Wukong, my Marius was too quick, so I couldn't make the Marius go before. Otherwise, I'd have been fine, so... oh, was it bugged? That makes sense. Yeah, Supreme Garlic Bite. I mean, it's a Void Legendary that does AoE block buffs and AoE HP burn and AoE decrease attack. I mean, and crazy amounts of damage. He's really, really good. I need this combo. They have, yes. Do you think if you fix stuff that people would be happy? Yes. Yes, I would. Because the problem is, I get bad rep, Bronco. Because people seem to think that I'm punitive against specific champions. I'm not. I'm actually looking at the picture as a whole and going, which specific areas can I just fix to make the experience better? You gotta remember, like, there's over 900 champions in the game and we use 5. That's a problem. Like, how do you make the game more interesting? Well, give me more reasons to use more than one champion. Like, every champion that comes out now, I'm always like, can it beat my Marius? If it can't, that's a bit of a problem, right? Like, nothing can beat my Marius. This is actually going to be a bit of a... oh. Okay, that's fine. Let's just swap that. Put Master Seal out. I don't think this blocks that, so that's fine. I mean, we're just going to have to basically go with this one for now. Put that on cooldown. Switch form. Take away this. Kill them all. So unless something can beat my Marius, it's very hard to get excited about champions these days. Which just sucks, but it is what it is. I'll do one more for the chest. Does Ruel's passive? Yes, it does. Yeah, it does. So see, I get a lot of bad rep for some of the statements I make, but because I'm looking, I have the code in mind, right? I'm looking at the balance of things, and because I know how I can abuse things if I had everything that in my account that I wanted, I know where we need to correct these mistakes. And at the moment, there's just like the game has become raid multiplier legends. So what I mean by that is there's so many multipliers and sources of damage that it's too easy to beat the game, if that makes sense, right? I can abuse too much in the game. That's the issue. Do you know how to get the revival path? Don't play the game for like a month. I'll give it this. I'll give it this. Will trying to be meta now, stacking array 3 plus Kraken roots plus Stone Cleaver. What one is Stone Cleaver? Is that... What relic is Stone Cleaver? Do you go for Crushing Rend, probably? He doesn't debuff enough. I mean, it depends where you're going to use him, I suppose. I don't want to do that. I want to basically change form. I'll basically do that. I've never fought Hansel and Gretel. I'll be honest, I'm a bit lost here. I'm like, I don't really know how to beat these guys because I've never fought Hansel and Gretel. I think they're going to beat me up, though. Oh, never mind. Marius won. Triggered a counterattack, see? It's well worth. What are we going to get? Okay, well, that was that. I mean, hey, I guess I can get my Sacred Shard for the fusion because I'm going to be at goal 4 in like a week at this rate. I mean, like, how many have I got to do? 4,800 minus 4,660. 140 points. Man, I need to win 15 times and I'll be in goal 4. Rip. The only hope is that everyone else is going to be in gold 4. Right. Everyone else is going to be joining, so there's hope. Stone Cleaver set. 100% damage on skill shields. So what do I get? I'm going to say no, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why I don't think it will be worth it is because of this. It's going to be too difficult to get the set, which is why I don't think anyone's going to use it. You also lose 10% or 15% ignore defense. You also don't get stone skin. Are you going to want to sacrifice stone skin for 100% more stone skin damage? No, I'd rather just bring a HP burn champion with stone skin and win. Right? I'd rather much bring my Gizmak or my Sulfurion or my Volcanos or someone who could do HP burn or bring Armands in stone skin and strip some stuff or try to reduce... There are easier ways to kill stone skin than there is trying to actually breach stone skin. And you're not going to get enough gear sets. Like, we've been doing... Right, we have been doing Centranos for over a year. Okay? Centranos for over a year. This is my grand old scheme of Merciless for Marius. from a year's worth of Cintranos. It's going to take you ages to get the 9-piece. Yeah, if they made it straight ignore, fine. I don't see the value. The other set, though, the other set is crazy strong. I don't even know how you balance the other set. The other set is bonkers. I don't know if there's a video for it. Or if someone's got an image. But the other set is absolutely bonkers. Like, I mean... BS bonkers. Like, has someone got a picture they can post me in Discord of it? I'll pull it up. It is crazy strong. We should do Chimera as well, because I'm going to do that before the reset. Oh yeah, it's on the website. I should check these things. Like, literally, 10% more HP and turn meter to any revived ally. That's nuts on Siffy. Block damage buff on the wearer for 1 turn when an ally is killed. So you guarantee your champion now needs... Anyone trying to take out a reviver needs to ignore block damage or block it. And decreases the cooldown of any revived ally skills by 1 turn. What is that set? That's mental. Yeah, it would. Yeah, so when it probably will, yeah. Because she triggers the revive. So obviously she's going to revive them with more health, and she'll also reduce the cooldown. Yeah. I think so. Should do. The revive set is bonkers. 32% speed as well. You don't even lose speed. That's the best Siffy set in the game. Yeah, exactly. You put the Chrysalid Relic with it. The Stone Cleaver set is rubbish. That is great for your speed lead revivers. Because the thing is, you can... The only thing is, I would say you lose Stone Skin. But it's really strong. No, the reviver gets block damage. But again, I will say it's going to take you forever to get it, and I don't think we have capacity for other sets, because I don't think there's enough space in the game. That's my main concern at the moment. There's just not enough space in the game for you to have more variable sets. Like, look at my inbox. I've got all these things I have to collect. I have no space. It's like, congrats, you gave me another 100 storage. Okay, cool. I'll just go claim everything and fill it up instantly. Like, woohoo, thanks. You gave me 100 storage. Guess what? I need... Do you know what the 100 storage is? That 100 storage is enough for you to have 1 relic, 1 ring, 1 amulet, and 1 banner for every faction for the sets. So you can't have more than just 1. That's essentially what they've given you. The ability to have a unique set of the new artifact sets for every faction. Because it's about 58, right? Because there's 16 factions, you need 3. So it's about 58 relics, I think. Basic math. So double it up. You don't even have enough space to be able to have 1 for every single one on those new sets. Because that's the issue with variable sets. Effectively, what it does is it requires you to then collect the faction and stats and everything else. So you just don't have the space. Because every time they add a variable set, like if you add an artifact set, it's not a problem because I can use that on any champion. I need a unique ring that, like, I might need an attack ring for Shadowkin, or I might read an Axie banner for Shadowkin. It's going to take you... It takes you a while to get them, and then it's going to take all your space. So... Well, background battles. I mean... I can just do this, though. Do I see them implement a Platinum Live Arena? Doubt it. I doubt it very much. Anyway, I sound like I'm being grumpy. I'm disappointed more than I'm annoyed, because I feel like there's so many good opportunities they could have done with a lot of these systems, but they just took the easy way out. And unfortunately, we just don't get as much as we want. I need to hit 8 bill, so I need 3 point. We're trying to basically reduce our points here to try and get a bit of matchmaking, because we're getting matchmade against powerful people. So I need, but I don't want to lose this 8 billion chest. So I need 3.6, 0.6, 2.6, 3.6. $2.6. Okay, cool. So I can be pretty chill. The clan doesn't want me to go more than 8 bill, so I'm like, fine. But I still want to get the top chest, and I still want to get the trials as much as I can. So what are we gonna do here? I don't really think I can change the team much, because I need 3 billion. So I could try to drop Lamasu in favor of someone like Riho, but I would lose block buffs, which is kind of annoying, which means I would have to probably drop Elva in favor of Noelle. I don't lose block buffs, actually, because I got Lydia, so that's fine. I'd lose decreased speed, that's what I lose. That's the only thing I lose, because Riho doesn't have decreased speed. I'm trying to basically find a burn, because I can do this if I had a burn. But I don't have a burn. And I can't do another one. But I need decreased speed. She basically gives me decreased attack and decreased speed. That's what I'd need to find if I was to sub her out. And also resetting. But if we say the damage is not important. I mean, it could be Necmo. But I don't think I got a burn as well. Yeah, there's no champions in the game that can do that. Yeah, but I need the burn. Yeah, I mean, if we had our base... Yeah, we don't have our base. But then I need decreased attack, right? Because... I don't have it with Elva. I mean, I can bring Riho. Riho will bring this. And that... But then I need a reviver with decreased speed, right? This is always the balance with these things, is you then need a revive with decreased speed. There ain't one. Nothing useful. So then you go, okay, well, if I don't have a revive with decreased speed, then I need to basically drop someone else. And then I've run out of people I can drop. Like, Lydia can't be dropped, so... This is the challenge. But, I mean, do I have a revive with decreased attack? I mean, we could do that. I mean, I can throw Sulfurion in over Alva. If I throw Sulfurion in over Alva, though, I don't have the cleanse or block debuffs. And trying to play this game mode without block debuffs is a bit of a pain in the backside, I'll be honest. It's really awkward. So then I'd have to probably find... Okay, if I bring a burn with a revive, then I need a decreased speed with decreased attack and a block debuffs without a revive. Which there isn't one. Ugh. There's other things you need it for as well. Like, there's another HP burn one down here. Where is it? This one. If I bring Sulfur in, I could do this as well. But only if I bring Leech, right? So, I don't know. It's probably just too much effort. you know, it's too much effort to switch it around. What does Gizmack do? Gizmack does burn, extra turn, kill. You get Gizmacked. Smacked out, you do. I don't really know. The playlist is playing it. It's a bit weird. It's meant to be epic blockbuster music. It's not really epic, and it's not really a blockbuster. So I think we'll just do this. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I just need to stop at a certain point. So ideally, I need to try and do all the trials that I can and stop at a certain point. So... well, it's more the clan is trying to basically find a better matchmaking because we are basically just getting put up against strong clans at the moment. So they're basically trying to find a better way of doing it. I personally don't think we can, but I'm letting them give it a go. I'm not a massive fan of the concept. I was just like, can I just not smack it for 8 billion damage and see if we win? That's what I would rather do, but I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to give a favorable matchup for the clan members. I get it. I just think we can do it better. Clash rewards are not weak. It's the only way you can get the mythical gemstones, and the mythical gemstones are critical. I think I need to do that A2. Doesn't really matter if I needed to. I did. It's fine. Doesn't really matter if we waste a few turns. I think you get enough ore. What you don't get enough is the basalt. Right now, I think the biggest problem that relics have is there's no real functional way for you to get to a rank 6 relic without having to sacrifice months of effort. I feel like they've got the economy a bit imbalanced there. So that's the only concern that I have right now with the relic system is actually I think you get a good amount of the ore thing that you need to basically switch things around. I just don't think you get enough of the basalt. There's just not enough high star rankings. I think that's the better way of looking at it. So. Let's do that. Throw the fear back. That. Cleanse. Increase. I'm probably dead here, but we'll find out. Oh man, she resisted block buffs. Are you serious? He's gonna kill himself, but it's fine. I always expected that. Throw that out. Block damage, buffs, debuffs. Nice. Let's just make sure she gets revived back. Boom. Place 6 unique buffs. Place damage with true fear. Let's do some damage. Fear. It's kind of annoying. Nice. Shot slowed. He's probably going to kill himself, but there's nothing I can do. Oh, I can do that, though. Boom. It's fine. 4 trials down. I need to basically bring it back alive. So, block damage. Fear. Bit of boost. Another trial down. Now I need this. Ah, damn, he's too quick. It's too quick to get background to that, but it's okay. Just do that, throw that out there. It's always going to die. Alright, though. It's not bad. I get background. Didn't get background. Not bad though. I might lose one person here. No, it's fine. I got 5 trials down. I'm close to getting this one done. And then this one hopefully is okay. I might get lucky. This one I don't think I can do though, because I think I need a... This is where having someone like Toshiro or Ninja is better, because you can't do enemy max HP here and Slayer doesn't scale hard enough. So the only way you can do that is direct damage, and Maris's A1 is not strong enough. This should be fine. So we'll pick up like 2 mythical eyeballs. It's pretty good. You know, we got 5 of them done. It's a pretty good start, you know. I haven't had a chance to look at him, no. I've been so busy today, honestly. As it is, I'm probably streaming longer than I have time for. Well, they're not replacing those milestone rewards, Envy. You're going to get both. If you look at the image, they've got a tab for both. All they're doing is they're adding a new reward track. So they basically have the main reward track, the main ladder, and then a live arena track and a live arena ladder. That's the way they're going to do it. There's no specialness about it. It's literally just the same. It's classic arena with a reward track. That's live arenas, seasons. Does Riho's passive require Axie to reflect? Yes, it does. At least that's what my interpretation is from the video. It looked like it was still there, so I could still click the button. So if I can still click the button, I must climb. Otherwise, I could not click the button. I just wasted a max HP damage there. That was silly. I actually did a video on what I wanted them to do with live arena seasons, and I was like, I'm worried they won't do this, but this is what they should do, but I got a feeling they won't do it, and I guess I was right. Not to be a self-fulfilling prophecy and everything, that kind of stuff, but yeah. I kind of did fulfill my own prophecy. Don't need that. No, there isn't. But I mean, it potentially could be. You know, these are the types of tools as well where I'm always looking to build on the website, like better filtering and better indexing. You'll notice, by the way, on the website that we're getting... all the index pages are getting a big update. So you'll notice now that the index pages have, like, ordered by duration and chance and stuff like that. So we're working to improve the website's, like, filterability with all the major amounts of characters we got now. Is Chimera better than Ninja for that reason? It depends how strong your Ninja is. If you've got a +4 Ninja, it can compete. Here, all I can do is do this, 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 and this. Because I can't do this. It's impossible. So we basically just do this. Just try to smash it with as much damage as we can. Speed. Don't do that yet. Just going to reset it because I think he needs it. Boom, boom. One trial. I didn't do a trial. Oh, yeah, because I got to get the frigging... I forget this. I've got to get the Slayer proc to work. I always forget I have to do the Slayer proc. Now I'll cleanse. Come on, Slayer proc. Not a single proc. Not a single... Not a single proc. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's the worst that could happen. It's going to reset when I'm at 100k left. Come on. Give me turns. Come on. Are you serious? It was like 50k left. $50k, like seriously. Every time. Literally the most horriblest thing to do sometimes if you just miss one Slayer proc. Come on now. We'll get it this time. There it goes. Because you want to get onto this really, really quickly because I can do this in one go. Right? I can do that very quickly if I get decrease this. Right? And I need this. I'm not going to get it done in time. Because it's going to change form. What annoying. Oh, I will. It's fine. Just kill it. It's fine. I should be able to do decrease speed, decrease defense, boom, boom, boom. 8. And then now I can basically focus all my counterattacking on the next turn. It's difficult to do this one. You have to time it well. If you can keep the counterattack with Finer up and then cleanse the Hunter's Gaze, you can force the counterattacking on the Hunter's Gaze. It's just very, very, very tricky. It's not something I like doing a lot, but it can work. Soul from Lamasu. Cruelty is quite good. Life Harvest is quite good. Banner is quite good on her. She's a support, so support like Temporal Chains is quite good. Brimstone in Chimera, very good. I would definitely recommend you get a Brimstone in Chimera. I know it kind of resets itself, but it's worth getting. Well, the thing about the Slayer proc is Crazy Thunder is it doesn't need to be super, super good because it's max HP. So the damage the Slayer will do is very consistent if you've got a max HP proc. So it doesn't really matter. But you just need it to proc. Right? You don't need the craziest Slayer gear in the world. I should have reset it then. That was stupid. Yeah, 3% in my friends. It happens. There's not much we can do about it. Yeah, if you already got it, then banner is good. Temporal chains will work on the boss, by the way. If the boss gets buffs, you'll get temporal chains. It's difficult though, because the boss doesn't get that many buffs, but if it does, you can. Like, if it changes Viper form, it'll put it on. I have no idea whether he needs resetting or not. I can't remember. By the way, I'm using some disgusting relic combos. Like, I've got the book with the gem on everyone, so every single time Finer's doing turn meter boost, and I'm getting like an extra 5% turn meter boost. It's kind of filthy. I've put like because I keep getting the little rare gem that gives you turn meter boost from allies. I've just put it on everyone. So every time that I buff someone, I'm getting like double, triple boosted. Is there an end of gems? I don't know. There might be one of the diamond ones or the pentagonals. It's probably a diamond or a pentagonal. They tend to be the support ones. The squares are very defensive. Triangular circles are very offensive. Pentagonal and diamonds are the supports, and then that's how it's structured basically. So if you're looking at a relic that doesn't have like a diamond or a pentagonal, it's for a support, you're probably going to be disappointed. I'm wasting all my debuffs here. I'm not even paying attention. I actually need to lose my debuffs big time. Uh-oh. Hope it doesn't steal too much. It stole everything. Of course it did. Let's just cleanse this off. It's alright, we can drop all of these. Right, you get rid of all your buffs. Thank you. Lock it out. Reset. That. Buff. I don't even know what I need to do here. Just damage it. Sure. There you go, there's a trial. What else do I need to do? Damage the camera with 3 years turn was under decreased attack and your chance under increased speed. Got it. Pretty easy. It would be if Lamasu actually plays decreased attack, but that was really helpful of it. Masu, would you please kindly place decreased attack? Thank you. Okay. 10 trial. What else we got here? This is the one I can't do. Increased attack, block debuffs. Yeah, we can do that. That's pretty straightforward. I don't really want to reset him right now. I want to do that. To go boom, boom, boom. That's another one done. Cool. We're pretty much done. Because I can't do anything else on this form because I don't have increased resistance. That's kind of like a FIDE only option. There's a few others, like maybe you can do something with like Oella, but it's really, really difficult because you need the corresponding. Poison sensitivity, whatever. Like, nobody cares about this anymore. And I don't have HP burn. So the only trials I can really do now is I can probably finish this one and this one, if I'm lucky. And I can probably potentially do this one. But I'll be honest, if I hit 3 billion, I will just skip this trial because I often fail to do this and it's only 2 mythical eyeballs. I don't really care. It's a shame I don't bring like leech or anything because I could get these gemstones, but I just don't have it, so. It's crazy how many trials I can now do just because of Finer. Just because of Finer, That's where all this damage is coming from, because I can do the ram form trials. And I'm resetting constantly. So I can literally go like, oh, enemy max HP, nice. And then I can go Reset. Enemy max HP. Reset. Enemy max HP. It's really, really high damage. So. What set do I use? 9 protection. She buffs so much. She's literally just designed for protection. She just does so much buffing, you know. Because the thing is, every single time she's buffing this, every single time I'm buffing the team, she's basically giving turn meter as well, which is nuts. Like, look at how much turn meter again. Boom, 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 boom. Turn meter. Boom. Boom. Boost turn meter. Boost turn meter. Like, the amount of turn meter I'm boosting constantly. I've got champions kind of like going at 400 or 500 speed at this point. That's how you're able to do it. Because look at all the boosted turn meter. And because she's got the book, and she's also got gemstones, and all my allies have got gemstones, I'm effectively getting a lot more turn meter as well. Because she's buffing, I think, 3% per buff. I'm putting out 9 buffs at a time. And then that's getting multiplied. So if you think, it's like, say like I put 9 buffs out, right? That's giving me 27% turn meter. I'm getting the book, which is giving a 1.21, and I'm putting a gemstone on them. That's actually giving them 35% turn meter. So every single time I'm buffing like to the full potential, I'm getting like 7% more turn meter, which means I'm running 7% faster. And I also have a couple of these champions with double gemstones. So actually it's like 1.1 times 1.1 times 1.21. And that's only a rank 3 book. If I actually put the book up to rank 4, I'd get another 3%. Right? This is where relics and everything else just kind of puts the game into a very crazy situation. Is when you start matching up all the different effects and you start layering everything. So what I mean by that is I'm layering all the different sources of multiplier. If I put supersonic on her, that's another 30%. I wouldn't do it because protection is just so much better because she put so many buffs out. But in this situation, the buff protection set is not helping at all. I only have her in protection set because I don't want to change her build. But in this situation, her protection set's actually doing nothing for me because I can't boost his damage. It would be better if I put her into supersonic, because then what I would be doing is saying, okay, every buff gives a 3%, but I'm also going to boost it by the book, which is 1.2. I'm also going to book it by 2 gemstones on a character, which is 10 and 10. And I'm also going to boost it by supersonic. That's giving nearly 6% turn meter per buff. And if she buffs 6 times, she's effectively giving everyone 36% turn meter when she does the rotation. If you have Galathir, you're going to even get it more because you're going to get the extra turn. So you would basically get 36% turn meter every single time she takes a turn, which means that your entire team is running 36% faster. So if that means I'm running at around about 400 speed, I'm actually running around about 554. And that's why it's crazy, because you just don't realize these little incremental bonuses that I'm getting all over the place. 10% here, 3% there, 5% there. They're all adding up multiplicatively now. This is where all this damage is coming from. Yeah, Senno's another one, right? Is Magma Shield actually good? It's Reflect with a shield. It's true damage, Akash. So if you think about it, you get a 20% shield, so therefore you will deal 20% of your max HP as true damage back to the attacker. So it's not bad. It's just hard to get. Like, that's the problem with a lot of those mythical relics. All the mythical relics are kind of good. They're just hard to get. Right, the only thing I need to do here is try to block some stuns and also get this combo working, which is I just need to get Weaken with a critical damage out. That's the challenge here. So I have to A1. Do this first to get a fear back. Buff first. Probably drop turn meter. Cleanse this off. Hope I don't die, which I didn't. Now put that out. Now put this on. And then basically A1, that. Max HP should do it. Nice. I can't do this one because I don't hit hard enough, but now I just need to basically make sure I never get stunned. Which is a case of just constantly doing this to make sure we can never get stunned. Shouldn't have done that. One more stun block. He's so dead, though. Oh, I survived. Block damage. I need to block one more stun. Come on, block one more stun. Oh, I did some. Wait, I did it? How? Oh, it counted. How did I do that? All right. I guess it counted. Free trial. Nobody's going to say no to the free trial. Man, I didn't block the friggin' stun. I guess it must have counted because I hit multiple... I don't know. Maybe I just hit multiple Slayer procs. I don't know. Why am I putting a fear out on the target? Come on, block me a stun. There we go. There it is. 14 trials. Technically, I could do 15, but it's a lot more work. Now I just kind of want to live. So. But he's going to die, probably, because that's just my luck. Oh, no, he's all right. Boom. Whew. Yeah, I think the double proc counted. So now I just got to basically keep myself... I mean, I should probably stop at 3 to be safe. I mean, I could keep going. I could do crazy damage, but it's not worth it for the clan. So if they want me to keep low, I'm happy with these. I would like to get this one, but I know it's going to be a pain and difficult to do anyway, and it's only 2 mythical eyeballs. I don't really care about that. So I'm just going to basically get myself up to like 3 bill or something and call it quits. Is that why Mikage A1 is so good? Because Ninja Tintora are moving at her speed? No. She's so good because they're ally attacking with her. So, but she's also boosting their turn meter on passive, right? Because they have the highest crit damage. So if they're the highest damage dealer, she's also enabling that little bonus. So... yeah, I don't really know why it takes such a long time to calculate Chimera. To be honest, that's a bit weird to me. I don't really get it. Like, it takes them like an hour to calculate Hydra, but it takes them a day to do Chimera. I don't really get that. I'll be honest, I don't get it, so... no, it's an ally attack, Thomas, so she's not giving them turn meter. The difference with Finer is she's actually boosting turn meter all the time. I just did a double reset there. That was stupid. So whenever I buff someone with Finer, she's giving, like, turn meter. The way to look at turn meter, speed is turn meter in bits. Turn meter is speed. So what I mean by that is, all right, you have a 100% turn meter bar. You can either fill it by getting more speed and incrementally filling it, or you can force fill it with turn meter. You can take 30% turn meter as a reflection of 30% more speed because you're just providing it instantly. So if every single turn I'm taking 30% more turn meter, I'm effectively running 30% faster on my speed stats. So that's what I'm saying with why they're running at a faster pace is because if I'm normally running at 400 speed, I'm taking that 400, I'm dividing it down and then filling the bar. But if I'm giving you, say, 20% turn meter, I'm effectively making you 20% faster because you only have to fill 80% with your 400. So it's the same thing as saying filling 100% with like 500, if you think of it like that. It's not the exact math, but it's that kind of that thought process where it's like, okay, if I want to fill the 100% bar at the same rate as I want to fill the 80% bar, then I need to go 100 speed faster. So when you're filling turn meter, you're effectively chunking the edge of the bar off, which means that you're taking someone who's got 200 speed and making them run 400 speed. This is how you can get around things like divisional dragging. So what I mean by this is, how can you get your character that's going 200 speed to take 3 turns before the clan boss is taking 180 speed? It's because you're artificially granting them speed from speed buff, from filling speed, and also the way that your champions break their turns, because everything's done on a tiebreaker. If you can tiebreaker and then fill turn meter, you can then keep filling the turn meter and keep giving you turns. So that's how you need to understand turn meter. It's one thing that you're filling in 2 ways. You're either doing it in bulk or you're doing it over time, but it's doing the same thing. Speed as a stat is doing the same thing as turn meter. So what Mikage is doing with ally attack is basically giving an extra turn A1 while Finer is straight up giving an extra turn in their speed. Yes, Finer is essentially giving you more speed stat, whereas Mikage is giving you an attack. So it's slightly different. Now, if your attack like Ninja's A1 gives you turn meter, then effectively it's doing what Finer's doing, which is artificially giving you turn meter. So if I use Mikage with Ninja, Ninja's going to gain 10% turn meter. That means he's running 10% faster every single time he A1s, right? So that's why Ninja can rotate quickly, because every time he A1s, he's going 10% faster. But it only works if you always use the A1. Otherwise, you then go, well, if he's doing A2, A3, A2, A1 on a 4-turn sequence, then actually that 10% is actually distributed over a 4-turn rotation. So you're only going about 2.5% faster because you're only doing it once every 4 turns. So you need to take what you gain and then distribute it backwards. It's more of like the advanced turn meter and stuff that you're doing. But the simple way to break it down is to understand that turn meter is a single value. You either fill it with a instant fill or you fill it with a long fill, which is speed. Oh, we're here. We might as well see if we can do this. It might work. So the way you do this is this, okay? You basically drop turn meter here. We're going to get counterattack on in a moment. So I'm trying not to cleanse this because I want to basically use that cleanse when I do this. So now I will cleanse it because it will force the counterattack. It should do. See? And that'll give me counterattack. So that's how I'm going to try and do this, is to basically use the cleanse to force the counterattack and try not make him take too many turns. It's not easy though. So like there, I'm not going to A1. Because the only downside is you can't reset this ability with Lamasu. So I actually can't get many counterattacks if it goes too quickly. Like here, for example, my Marius is going to go before I get a turn because he's too fast. So here I might as well take an extra turn, do an extra bit of damage. Hope I get back around to Finer before the boss takes a turn, which I did. Great. Didn't counterattack. That sucks. But now I can basically force the cleanse, I think. If I just do this, I can force the cleanse again. Here. Boom. Counterattack. Didn't get a Slayer proc. That sucks. It's kind of important. So that's what I'm trying to do, is use Finer's A2 to force the counterattack in. It's very difficult to do, though. It requires a lot of careful management and timing of things. And if something goes wrong, you basically just lose. Ideally there, I would have had the counterattack up. Didn't get it. Which sucks, but it's alright, because I can just do this. Put Finer's one back on. Do that. Force the counterattack here. Cleanse. Man, it didn't attack him. Ah, that sucks. Alright, well. This is why I find this trial harder. Because it's just about how much luck I get. I don't think I'm going to do it, see. He does. The issue is the defense buff, Pico. That's the issue. Look, he doesn't have the defense buff. They do. That's why it's messing around. It's the defense buff issue. I haven't got enough to break it with defense buff if they have it and he doesn't. Cleanse. Boom. See, it's just not quite enough. It's difficult to do though. Especially when you're in like 9 Slayer, you can't put any extra counterattack sets in. But anyway, we're going to leave it there because I don't want to do any more damage to the clan, but we did well. $3.45 bill, 14 trials completed. Marius King of the Hill. You know, Lydia's Brimstone is working, but it is just because the increased defense, it means that the defense check doesn't work. I could, Pico, that's the correct thing to do, but that's why it wasn't working. He is actually programmed to have the most defense. I'm not thinking because I'm trying to get back around to the A2 normally. But yeah, that's exactly what I should and could do. But I mean, pretty good gem, pretty good anyway, like 5, 10, 25, 46. Take it. Can I craft anything? No, I can't craft anything. So... But it does get me my Chimera award, which is... cool. What are we going to get? Barb defense. Okay, we got a diamond. That's not bad. It's kind of crazy my team can actually keep up with a Toshiro a bit. Okay, what did we get? We got this one, which is terrible. The wearer's resistance increases by 30 against buff removal. Ugh. It's not great. It's not great. There's actually some really powerful ones. I was looking at this earlier where it was like... this thing. What was it? This one? This is really good with this new diamond one. This one here, is it, I think? Or... these, I think it is. I can't remember which one it is. This one here, I think, might be really good with this one, maybe. By far, this is one of the best gemstones in the game. This is a really, really good gemstone. If you can get some of these gathering momentums, they are extremely good. Because effectively, anyone with an AoE debuff is going to get a 20% permanent turn meter fill every single turn. And if you layer that with Supersonic, you layer that with the gemstones, you put it on like the book, you can get a lot of turn meter going. This can really push your champion from like this is what I'm saying. You can artificially increase your champion's turn speed without needing the stats. I can put a 300 speed character and make them go 400 just with relics now. That's how strong these relics can be if you find the right combination with the right thing. I mean, it'd be nice if we actually could get some of these clan groups, but we're never going to be able to get those, so... you know, I've got this saved up for like Friday because there'll be a champion chase. Wait, there's not going to be a champion chase Friday, is there? Because they're starting the fusion on Monday, aren't they? Are they saving? They're not starting to fusion until Monday, right? Yeah, it'll be a champion chase. I mean, I might as well say, I might as well wait. You know, but might as well wait. Not seeing a nuke. I don't think you need a nuke once you get I don't need a second nuke because Marius nuke with a Lamasu will cover everything you need. So yeah. For sure. Like, I can basically take... right now, I can take Lamasu's A3, wherever she is, here, I can take this A3 and turn that to 100% turn meter fill if I need to. Because I could go supersonic, I can go the book, I can put a gemstone on someone, and I can basically boost it all the way up. Right? I can put gemstones, and I can take the book, which is here. I can make it a 30% with a 30% with 10% gemstone on the character, and I think I can also do some other things, and I can basically manipulate it. Like you can do this, for example, increase the turn real for each debuff. So if I put a debuff out, I can get 10% here. Then I can get 10% on the character. I can get 30% on the supersonic, 30% in the book. You can turn this 50% boost to 100% boost. It's nuts. I don't think people have fully grasped the power of some of these combos. I think people are still trying to figure it out. I think they focused very heavily on the effect of the relic. But actually, I think the gemstones, to me personally, are far more powerful when you have the right ones. Like, I can basically make Carnage do millions of damage when I have the right relics. With the gemstone, more specifically. When I have the right gemstones. So, I just don't have the gemstones yet to do it. But if I can get some of the mythical triangular gemstones, I can make Carnage do as good as Toshiro can do. So... No, I actually think a lot of people don't end to. I know the more learned people do, but I think so many people focus on the relic itself. They look at the relic and they start looking at what the relic can do, and I'm like, the gems are more important. That's what you want to focus on. Yeah, you do. That's why I value Clash Jacks, for example. A lot of people have said this to me, oh, well, Clash is not that good. I'm like, but I value these chests because it's the only way you can get these, right? These gemstones, it's the only way you can get them. That's why I value this, why I value Clash chests, why I don't really want to do this kind of thing too often, because I think even if you finish second, you can still get these. You only get one, I granted, but if you get the right one enough times, you'll do well. Because like this is the thing, right? A lot of the clan members are trying to like tank. But you earn too many points. It's really difficult to tank because you still want to get like top chest. You still want to get this chest. So even if you get that chest, you're going to be putting in a couple of billion. You can't do what you like. The gap between minimum tank and maximum tank in Chimera is actually really, really hard. Whereas in Hydra Clash, I can do like, 36 million. I need to do 100 million. And the way that the multiplier scales, it's good because it means that you can't really do what they're trying to do right now, which is to tank the score. You can try to get it to like 50 mil, but, your clan members are going to end up somewhere around 40 mil, 4 bill, because they're going to want to try and get the top chest, right? So they're going to be around about this 2.6 billion. So if you have 30 members doing 2.68 billion, the minimum you can really do is 80 million. So if everyone wants to try and get top chest, you're going to end up around about 80 billion anyway. So you can't really do it, which is great. So I kind of like it. I think it's just like the clan at the moment is trying to basically recreate Hydra, and I just don't think you can, so. Well, I mean, it just depends then too. Is if you win the top clash, right? If you win this is the place where you get gemstones. This chest here. Because otherwise, you can get legendary circulars in one trial, and you can get some epics here. But if you want the mythicals, you have to win Clash. So it's Friday, yeah. I've got some saved up. I've got like 11. I used a few. I shouldn't have done, but I did use a few to try and do this stupid path. I did. In the end, I did go to get the cat's gaze. I did end up getting the cat's gaze. So I have 3 of them now. I have 3 of them, which means I'm very, very close. I'm very close to being able to do this. Very close. I can nearly one-shot it with an A3. I'm very, very close. If I have a +4 Whisper, I'm one-shotting this thing. I just need a +4. Even a +2 might do it. See, I get so close. I'm like, oh, I need another 200k. I need a little bit more. Yeah, I'm using a Vergis because he does more protected buffs. So she's literally under, like... I'll show you now. Like, she's under... So she's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 protected buffs. There's 6 feral debuffs. So this is like 30%, 50%. Plus she's in Merciless and she's got Cat's Gaze. So she's just got crazy gear. So right now I'm still perfecting it a bit. Like I got 80 attack there. This kind of needs a re-roll into attack. Maybe get attack here. Come on. Don't go back to defense. Thank you. Get a bit more attack here. This kind of needs a re-roll into attack. Come on. Thank you. That's speed, that's attack. This should probably be attack, not accuracy. But again, like I just don't have the banners. I do have the attack. The crit damage amulet she's got is pretty good. It doesn't get much better than this. And the ring she's got is pretty bad, but I don't have a better ring. So it's like we make do with what we've got. But the ring's got attack, that's got crit damage. The only thing I can do to make this stronger right now is to probably... put the banner into attack. It's the only thing that I can do to make it stronger. Because there's nothing else that I can do here that's going to make this... I can try and roll a 6-star attack percentage there, but it's really, really small. Like this. I mean, I could try to roll a better attack ring. But, I mean, we're getting 1%. It's just not worth it, you know? Can't do that. That's already got high. So this is the only thing I can do to improve. I could probably try to throw in a... I just don't know if it's worth trying to re-roll it when you've already got a decent one. Right now she's using, if no enemy is taking a turn, she'll deal 10% more damage. So the first hit she does has got 10% more. I'm also ignoring an extra 3% defense. Because, I mean, I don't really need that because she's going to hit true damage. But I don't really have... I don't really have a better option because this, when using multi-hit skills, each consecutive hit off the first one makes it... I mean, that could work. We should probably try that one, actually. And then I don't really have, like... I mean, if... What I could do, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, is if I do this. And I go here. Remove that. You can just have... I don't know. Just have that or something. And if I give her... God, this UI is terrible. This one. Now we're talking. So, I've just given her 10% more damage. She's in Crushing Rend. We've got all these stats. Okay. Her build right now is 7.7k attack, 384% crit damage, and 258 speed. I'm sure I can make it stronger, but maybe this is going to do it. Come on. Oh, it's so close. It's so close. I need a little bit more. I need a little bit more. Unbearable. Give you an unbearable advantage. How did this happen? I don't know what you mean by unbearable. Man. I'm nearly there. I need a +4 whisper. If this was a +4 whisper, it would be so easy. It would be dead. But she does a lot of damage. But I just need to get more whispers. But I'm waiting for a summon pool. I'm going to next whisper summon pool. I'm going to go hard because I've got like another... I've got another whisper soul that I'm waiting to use. Okay, I could actually make my other Fennecs another 6-star as well. I've got like I could make 2 Fennec 6-stars. I'm working on another Fennecs. I've already got like 1 Whisper up, so we'll make another Whisper, and I'm gonna basically make a quadruple Whisper. They're just hard to get because they're void epics. So you know you got to try and get epic, and then you got to try and get the void epic. And they don't really do an awful lot of like remnant of progressive epics and stuff like that. So it's kind of hard, but you know, I got further on this at all. No, I don't really care. Right, guys, I'm gonna leave there. I gotta go back and get some stuff done. So sorry I was late today, but we got a lot done there. It was kind of cool. Kind of cool. You know, I won't be doing this champion training event. God no. I tried to sneak some points here. I mean, I should probably actually do that. We might at the Sand Devil tournament. Could probably try and sneak a soul, get some 300 energy. I should probably do that, actually. Try and just, I think I need like 8 points. Epic, that should do it. Nice. That should just sneak me at 300 energy. That's often worth doing, just try to sneak the 300 energy, so. I'm going to try Esme. I might pick her at some point. Just waiting for a champion chase when I need her, you know. Sneaking a couple of 100 energy is pretty handy, so. But I won't be doing any of these, like, there's no point. Like, I'll just save my energy now, hoard it up. I don't think I did enough of the event dungeon, if I'm being honest. I don't think I did enough of this. But there were so many things going on to try and get masks that I didn't have enough time to focus farm it. That's the only downside with the event dungeons is the more time you have to spend doing other events, the less time you have to focus on that area. So that's the only downside. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks, guys. Thanks for hanging out. I'll catch you guys on the next stream. I'll try to stream Friday. I can't guarantee it. At the moment, it's very, very, very intermittent. But yeah, I'll let you know. Anyway, guys. As always, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next stream. Bye.